Whoa, shit. That stuff falling on me here. Stay. Ah, what's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Yeah, it's Wednesday. I had to think about that for a second. Switch my microphone over. There we go. So I'm gonna just get right into it here today. Got a lot to do. Yesterday. Wait a minute. I thought I switched these around. Ha. Okay. Bear with me. I got a little bit of a technical difficulty here. There we go. That should be good. Gambit, what's up, dude? All right. So yesterday, I got the boots done. And I don't know how it translates to camera, but they look awesome. I'm really, really pleased with how they mucked up and how the blood splatter on the boots worked out. There's going to be more of that too. I see a couple of tiny little details that I'm probably going to touch up off camera, like this cut in the boot. I want that to be a little darker and more defined. But other than that, I'm really pleased with how that one turned out. Hey, Aaron, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I just started. I'm a couple minutes early. But yeah, I hope everybody's having an awesome Wednesday. Happy hump day out there. But yeah, I'm super stoked on how the boots turned out. And apparently my client is also very stoked on how this part turned out so far, so that's always a huge plus. So gonna set this aside for now today and start working on our next piece of the model. If I can get this off of here. Oh, is that stuck to the bottom now? That's not good. Okay, let's carefully set this aside. We've got a very small amount of prep work left to do on the bottom, the lower body. And for that, I'm going to use, this is baby powder mixed with 3D printer resin. So, sorry, I got distracted there. I had a text come in from one of my neighbors. We had kind of an incident last night with the neighborhood drunk going off into the park and setting off fireworks, and one of our good Samaritan neighbors happened to be out on a walk and caught him. And yeah, it was like 11:30 at night when all of it went down, and fucking cops were here and all this shit. Yeah, so stupid shit. So this is a gap I need to seal up, and a couple ways to do that. One being baby powder and printer resin. You can see where I got prison out of that. Baby powder. This is some prison. Got some prison we got to put on this thing. Baby powder mixed with printer resin. And then, of course, there's just straight printer resin that I like to keep in this bottle here. some of my paint has scraped off of it. So I take this little dropper bottle and I paint it opaque so that sunlight can't get through it. That way it doesn't cure or try developing the resin that's inside of it. Little spot right here I want to sand down a little bit on the knee pad and the other knee pad as well. So let's get into that part. Got my handy dandy little Dremel tool here. Okay, I also want to make sure that I'm hoping I can get this bottom half of the body done today, but I'm not making myself any promises. I can't be sitting here stressing out. So I want to put the torso on just to see how much gets covered up. Is that backwards? There, now it's fitting. That was weird. It fits really well. All right. I know what to do. It's time for your exam, Mr. Punisher. Prison putty. That works. That does work. So using this little needle applicator, I'm just going to build up a layer that basically fits onto that seam of the pant until it fits. The Bean, what's up, my dude? I don't know how well you can see that on camera, but it pretty much instantly seals the gap. At least in this case, you know, I'm working with a really, really small gap. Fortunate when you get gaps that tiny. Good to see you, Bean. Glad you could make it in, man. All right, so those parts are the least exposed, and the least exposed. So I got that covered up now, and I want to go ahead and rough that up, just sand it down a little bit with the Dremel, real quick. All right. So right off the bat, I want to thank you guys for stopping in today. I really appreciate you keep coming by. And I'd like to bring attention to some other fine channels out there. Some guys are doing some great work. And I'm going to start off with our friend Gambit Neo. Feel free to go check out Gambit's channel. He's working on a Darksiders model right now of Death from Darksiders, obviously. It's looking really bitchin' every day, more and more. I'm really digging it, and I'm not familiar with the game at all. I don't know it. All I do know is that it's a super cool model, and I'm really digging on watching him do it. And if you can't learn anything from me, feel free to go check out Gambit's page and pick up some of the stuff that he's doing there. We all have a little bit to show you, and that, spur of the moment, that kind of brings to mind something I heard someone say yesterday. So this is a two-part thing. Another channel you got to go check out is I Like to Paint Dolls. Big shout out to John over at I Like to Paint Dolls. John made a cool point yesterday during his live stream that I didn't catch until later, but he said I'm not here to teach anybody anything, and that's where we kind of differ in a way. Like, I personally, John, no offense to you, buddy, but you absolutely are teaching. You're a great teacher. You have a good speaking voice. You're concise. And whether you like it or not, buddy, you're absolutely teaching. You're an educator, and that's what we do on our channels, is we educate other people. And this is just my personal feeling about what we do. But we're here to educate other people, and above all else, we're also here to learn. The best teachers are the ones that are capable of being students at the same time. We can all learn from each other and share with each other in this community, this bitchin' community that we have of awesome artists, friends, teachers, I Like to Paint Dolls. John's channel is absolutely educational. I learn a little bit from watching his channel. I learn a little bit from watching Gambit's channel, and I know that I'm imparting some wisdom and teachings to other people out there. So we're all teachers and students, in my personal opinion, in what we do with this crazy hobby of ours. And I don't mind looking at it that way. I used to live in Shanghai, China, and I was out there teaching English as a second language. I think we all, like, in this hobby, we all kind of have this innate ability to impart knowledge and skills to our friends and the community, to each other. And John, whether you like it or not, man, you're really good at it, dude. It's hard to admit, I think, sometimes, that we are teachers. But I think we've also earned it to a degree. I don't want to get too philosophical about it. I'm not trying to. But yeah, when you guys get a chance, please go check out I Like to Paint Dolls. His channel's pretty cool. I made a comment on one of his videos at one point saying, hey, what I want to know is how the fuck do you get, X many thousands of subscribers and you only have one video posted? Well, I was informed by John yesterday through his live stream that I had to watch later. I wasn't able to watch live, unfortunately, because I was streaming myself. But John, dude, stream anytime, bro. Like, nobody's stepping on my toes. I'm not stepping on your toes. We have our times that we have to do this, and we'll all catch up with each other eventually. But anyways, John was explaining on his channel that the reason why he had so many subscribers was simply because he repurposed an old channel of his where it was based on like the vape industry, it was called Kicking Butts. That's right. Now I'm remembering. I sat back and watched this whole live stream last night, once I was finally able to get back upstairs and sit down and relax after dinner and stuff. And yeah, he had a channel called Kicking Butts that did pretty well at a few thousand subscribers. And he went on to explain how the United States government basically slaughtered the vaping industry, which they did, with a bunch of bullshit. And I practically teabagged the vaping industry overnight, which I think is a shame because it was really helping people kick tobacco. But of course, tobacco companies don't fucking want that. So, yeah. Anyhow, that's how John was able, I Like to Paint Dolls was able to get his subscriber count up so high. It was because he simply repurposed his channel, which is exactly what I did with my channel. Only my channel, I repurposed my channel with 0 subscribers. I think it was just 1 subscriber I had, my buddy John. And my channel was going to originally be about like surf fishing, like going to the beach and casting out into the waves and catching your dinner. And it just, life happened and, the channel just never took off or anything. And I just kind of sat on a stagnant YouTube channel for a while. Hey, Resonate's here. Jennifer's here. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to miss your arrival. Well, Resin, you're kind of making my point in a sense that, yes, Philip Morris has invested billions into the smokeless tobacco, and that's true. That is true. However, billions. Not a lot of companies out there that were getting into the vape industry had billions to invest in it. And then, of course, the United States government outlawed like flavored vapes and shit like that, saying, oh, kids are addicted to the flavor, to the flavors and stuff, and it's hooking kids. It's utter bullshit. Kids are gonna fucking do what kids are gonna do no matter what flavor it is. Simple as that. Not to mention the research was pretty back and forth about that. But yeah, how you doing, Resin? What's going on, dude? We missed you yesterday. I got this gap in the pants sealed up real quick. That's cool. So I don't know if you guys can see that. The resin and baby powder mixture in that short period of time got that little gap sealed quite nicely. And it exposes or cures just as quick as the real deal, that, just straight 3D printer resin. And it's as hard as a rock and sandable as soon as you're done with it. And so now what I want to do is just kind of clean this up a little bit, and cruise around with my sanding bit. I like these, I really, really like these soft bits that I've been using. I'm gonna get a fresh one. Go with a soft bit. Soft. They come in a pack of like 200, and yeah. And don't get me wrong about like vaping industry and shit. I don't profess to be like some vaping expert. I don't vape. I should be. I should be getting off tobacco as soon as I can, because it's stupid fucking habit. To be fair, John didn't really get into why the government demolished the vaping industry. But I'm sure we can all imagine how the government destroyed the vaping industry, or how they're trying to help it or whatever. I don't know. At the end of the day, I think big tobacco firms like Philip Morris, have billions of dollars to fuck with. They pretty much wind up with the monopoly on everything. They're gonna have their fingers deep into it before any small time guys can. Just like the weed industry or anything like that. Anybody with big money is gonna capitalize on that. But I digress. That is not why we're here. And like I said, I don't profess to be some kind of like vape expert or something. I smoke these stupid things. Hate to admit it, but yeah. I smoke a hell of a lot less when I'm down here working in the studio. That's for sure. All right, let's catch up with the chat for a second. I'm really struggling to learn how to multitask with some of this stuff. I don't need to do anything up there. And keep up with the chat at the same time. Son of a biatch. Okay, you can just sit there. That's where you want to be. Fine. So the way not that anyone's asking, but the way I store this resin putty, and I've had this for like a month now. I made this batch like a month ago. I just wrap it up in an opaque piece of paper and stick it in the drawer, and it keeps just fine. You can go back to it week after week until you run out of it, and keep using it until it's gone. Okay. Let's get primering. Yep, time for some primer. Got a lot of texture on this model. Okay, Philip, same vibes, life happened. Hi, Jen. Hi, Gambit. Good to catch you live. Yeah, good to have you live, man. Appreciate you, resin. Same old. Got your airbrush guns marinating in water. Awesome. Hey, if I can give you a tip, dude, get yourself a cheap jewelry cleaner. Maybe you already have one sitting around. Didn't even think that it's a good thing to use, but this is the little jewelry cleaner I got from Amazon. You can take a screenshot of that. Magnasonic is the brand. I think it was like $15, dirt cheap. And then you can get yourself some cheap airbrush cleaner like this stuff right here. I buy the Master Airbrush Cleaner, and I use about 50% distilled water and 50% of that airbrush cleaner in the jewelry cleaner, and I can soak my airbrush parts in that thing and just run it through a cycle, and everything just comes out of it real nice. You know, cleans them up really, really good. So maybe try that. Jewel was very creepy though. Way too many memory chips and tech in a vape. Not to be sketchy. Yeah, that would be sketch. I wouldn't want a fucking memory chip in my vape pen. I could see why or what they were doing with that, you know, in like, you know, like keeping track of people's vaping habits and shit. But that's still super invasive. Like, there's no reason to be doing that. Like, just stay the fuck out of people's lives, you know. I'm sorry. What did I miss, Resin? You said epic, brother? I mean, that's my guess, is like they're trying to keep track of people's vape habits, or maybe even where they're getting their vape supplies at. Like government overreach. What are you gonna do? You got some jackass in office right now trying to make us like more like Russia. Fucking stupid. Oops, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that out loud. I won't go there. My bad. Just doing some quick surface prep here. That's better. All right. And let's get our... Let's make a mess. Let's just fuck shit up. Ooh, sticky? Maybe? Reminds me I need to refill my... This I usually just keep straight airbrush cleaner in this bottle. And I like to use the stuff in between colors. So what I'll do, or if I'm, you know, after I finish cleaning out my airbrush, you know, like I'll fill the cup up with this airbrush cleaner and just set it aside, and it just sits there. Oh, epic about the ultrasonic jewelry cleaner. Yeah, dude, super, super handy. Really, really does help keep these little bads. It helps keep these little bastards cleaned up pretty well. But yeah, back to some shout outs there again. Big shout out to John over at I Like to Paint Dolls. I love his channel. Gambit Neo, One Grumpy Vet Creations, The Bean 3D, Chad Caruso. Big shout out to Chad Caruso out there. Skating Across America. Well, he's already done it twice now, but yeah. Big love to Chad and family and everybody in the Legion. And of course, Hobby Link International. Big love to Kenny out there. Jody over at Trek Mods. We love you, buddy. Hey, Jerry, what's happening, man? Big shout out to Matt Morozic. Chris over at the Old Painter Man. Sergeant Digital Designs. Got to give a big shout out to Derek. He's working on the new Michael Jackson model that Wicked just released, and I don't care what you have to say about Michael Jackson. I don't even want to hear it. Everybody's got their opinions and shit. The guy had a huge impact on music and culture. There's no denying that, and I fucking love Michael Jackson. I think he's awesome. But yeah, Sergeant Digital, he's working on that new one, and I cannot wait to see it. It's gonna look fucking amazing. Um, let's see who else we got. Big shout out to Greedy 3D, Hobby Time Modelers, everybody over at the Hobby Time Modelers. I already mentioned Matt Mrazek, Matt's Custom Models, the Old Painter Man, and many, many more. I'll just jump out at you like a spider monkey with them when I think of them. So for my base tone right here, I'm just using, this is matte black air primer from the Army Painter. I personally, I compare this stuff to being just as good as anything that comes out of Chaos Black rattle cans from Citadel, and it's a fraction of the cost. I will probably never buy another rattle can of Chaos Black. I think this paint is very comparable. I've actually put the two of them next to each other on models, and I personally couldn't tell the difference. Only that one comes out of a rattle can, and one of them you have to airbrush with. That's it. And of course, no offense to anybody who wants to use Chaos Black. I know Jerry likes it. I love Chaos Black. Don't get me wrong. That is by and far the best rattle can primer you can get, in my personal opinion. But it is extremely expensive. That's my only drawback with it. Especially if you're doing a model like this big or like the size of the one, any sizable model, you're going to go through a couple cans, and $20 a can, $100 just to primer a fucking model. No thanks. No, thank you. But in my humble opinion, I think this Army Painter flat black is fantastic. Yeah, Jerry. I forgot about that. Jerry said he used 3 cans so far, primering his Batman, which is huge. That's $60 just to primer Batman, dude. I totally forgot about that. That's wild. And come to think of it, like I don't think I even thought of it until now. Like, I've primered a couple models with that stuff, and yeah, it was like $40-$60 just to primer it. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, could have saved a lot of money on that model. Frank Castle, baby got back. So that was the paint I'm using, or is the paint that I'm using, and I'm using a 0.45 millimeter needle and nozzle on my hard-earned Steenbeck Ultra. Nice big fat needle and nozzle on there to get a lot of paint out at once. Give it a quick blow dry here. Sorry about the loud blow dryer, guys. Hopefully it's not coming out too bad in your ears there. It's a lot of fun to be had on the texture with this, the pants on this model, on the pants. I like your pants. Probably a bit of dry brushing to do, pick up that texture. Oh shit. Something I didn't see when this was all gray resin, and you can't really catch all the details. So once you start putting primer down, it starts getting really gnarly. You start picking up all the details, and I just realized there's a teeny tiny little zipper right there. Now, do I want to think about that zipper tactically, as in like Frank's gonna spray paint over that zipper because he's a tactical genius and just an amazing tactician in general, and he's not gonna want the metal of the zipper, glinting in the light or anything like that and catching someone's eye. So maybe I just leave it painted black. But I also feel like that's kind of a pussy ass little cop out. And I should paint it like a nice brass color, because it's Frank Castle. He's not going to give a fuck if you see him coming. You're still going to die. So maybe we paint it. Krista Houghton's in the house. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Is it Houghton or Houghton? Long O or short O? Oh, and hey, Resin, I got a question for you, man. Let me catch up with the... You need a good Robin model. Jerry needs a good Robin model. Over at I Like to Paint Dolls, he's got a couple of Robins that he did that were pretty cool. You might check that out, Jerry. He did one that was like the traditional Robin from Adam West's Batman. That was really cool. I don't know if you're thinking more traditional or if you want a more future Robin or something. Houghton. Okay, Houghton. Houghton. Krista Houghton. Got it. Houghton. Had to double check on that. Oh, I was gonna say, Resin. So you're getting the airbrushes busted out, and you're gonna start doing stuff. What are you planning on doing? You got a 3D printer? You wanna? Are you interested in getting a 3D kit, or do you want to invest in a 3D printer? I know you're here in this. I think you're here in the United States, and if so, I do offer printing services. I can print you a 1 scale to 1/4 scale model for between 250, 220 to 250, 200. I'll just say 200 to 250 for like 1/6, 1/9 scale. And then if you want to go like 1/4 scale, go a little bigger. Those can cost upwards of, 3 to 400, depending on how complicated and large the base is and stuff. It's really all about the base, because some of these companies like Wicked do these like insanely technical bases and stuff that are just massive and tons of parts and shit like that. So it just kind of depends. But yeah, I'll print the whole kit out for you and send it out, and you can paint it. I offer those services because not a lot of people can, have the infrastructure to build up what it takes to run a resin printer. And some people still want to paint models and don't have the facilities to run a resin printer. So yeah, if you ever want a kit printed, dude, hit me up. Currently printing a pair of AF1s, Air Force Ones. So you like jets, if I'm catching that right, AF1. Oh, Jerry, look at this. Look at his live. Look at John's live stream from last night. He showed a couple of the robins that he did, kind of in passing. Yeah, he doesn't have like an actual video made, but the live stream that he posted yesterday, when he was like kind of setting up the model and stuff, he showed a couple of the robins that he did. But then again, of course, there's just checking out the robin models that are out there. I want to say Berserk did the one that he was showing, maybe. I can't remember right off the bat. Speaking of soaking an airbrush, let's get this bad boy broken down really quick. All right, the old ultrasonic cleaner going. That could have been bad. the one scary part of like dropping one of these needles. $70 fucking needle. Make titanium cheap again. Okay, let's grab some. Add some more water to my jewelry cleaner here. It's starting to get low. Here we go. Oh, got a little time to kill so I can get this airbrush back together. Just let this dry really well. I got to refer back to the color reference, picture reference that I'm using on this one. Oh, okay, you have the Berserk Robins. That's probably what he had. You will definitely get a kit one day. It's been 2 years with disability. No, oh man, what happened, Resin? Why are you on disability, dude? I've been on disability for 9 months myself. I think we were talking about that the other day. Maybe we can work something out, man. Homeboy's got to paint, you know? Like, it's not cool for anybody to go without. Resin, where did you say you live again? If I may ask. If you don't want to share on the channel, that's fine. You're welcome to private message me on my Instagram channel if you want. Instagram page, whatever the fuck you call that. Everything's like a channel or a page now. I don't know. Hey, Bean's back. Welcome back, my dude. Living with old folks, so I get to help them with their dementia, and they help with the house. Oh, that's really sweet of you, dude. Are these family members, if I may ask? Houston. Okay, you're out in Houston. This chat's safer than meta bullshit. You're probably not wrong. I'm guilty though, man. I got a pair of meta glasses, but I don't do like meta AI and all that stuff personally. And besides, I don't really give a shit. Hate to admit it. And yes, you're pretty safe on this channel, man. We're all good people here. Oh, it's your mom and dad that you're living with. You're taking care of your folks. That's really cool, man. What's something you'd be interested in working on? Like, what would you want to try painting? Like any favorite comic book characters or superhero movie characters? Those things are geomapping everything for future bots. I don't really care. I mean, AI is going to, this is just me, my personal opinion. AI is not going fucking anywhere. Science fiction writers have been talking about it for 100 years. It's not going anywhere. It's gonna keep happening. It's just gonna get bigger and bigger. And I personally feel that it's typically in our best interest to kind of be okay with technology. I don't want to see our society become stagnant and stuck in an environment with no growth for fear-based whatever-isms, if you will. I don't know. It's just my personal take on it. And as far as mapping goes, they've already done that, you know. Just have a good look at your driver's license, you know, if you're worried about anybody tracking you or anything like that. Just your driver's license, bro. So yeah, I'm really not fucking worried about a pair of sunglasses or anything like that. I ain't gonna lie, I love them. I wasn't sure about them when I first got them, but I totally dig them now. I mostly use them for like making videos when I'm shooting pool and shit like that, you know. If I got a really good lineup on a shot or something, bank 8 ball, whatever, like I'll shoot a little video with them, you know, stuff like that. There's a lot of uses that I have for them, you know, and then in the future when I go back to work, I'll probably be using them a lot for filming video spots to edit into videos, because I'm not gonna have the same kind of time I do right now to live stream, so I'll probably have to go back to making a lot of videos, which I don't want to do. I really prefer live streaming. AI isn't leaving and we know how the movie ends. That's just the movie. Do you know how the book ends, though? The book's quite a bit different than the movie. A lot different. Yes, I'm stupid anal about cleaning out my airbrushes. I like them to be pretty and shiny. I'm a little anal retentive, I know. And I apologize, guys, that not everything's always like super exciting. If you have any questions while I'm cleaning out my airbrush or anything like that, you know, definitely don't hesitate to ask. You know, if you need any tips and tricks about airbrushing, why I'm doing certain things with my airbrush, things like that, feel free to ask. I am no expert at airbrushing, but I'm pretty decent with it, and I'm always happy to help and guide people in the right direction, or at least get you pointed in a direction. Let me catch up with the chat here. I'm with Krista, man. I would love to see you get back into doing some artwork, resin. 100%. That'd be really cool. I'd love to see what you do, man. You stockpiled a ton of hobby supplies. Smart. Krista says she's a painter, but you haven't put a brush down to canvas for a long time. Krista, that was like me. Like, I hadn't touched a piece of canvas in years. And as it turns out, 3D printed objects like this turned out to be my new canvas. And I'm much better with I think I'm way better at painting figures and stuff than I ever was putting anything down on canvas, and I enjoy it uh, 20 times more. For me, it's just a lot more rewarding. For me, like I'm really stoked to have found this hobby. I'm so happy to hear that you're inspired to paint again, Krista. I'm looking forward to seeing your work too. I really am excited to see that and see what you do. All right, airbrush is back together. Feeling good, nice and squishy. I like it. Oops, almost forgot this piece. Anytime I'm done using my airbrushes, I always try to remember to put the tip protectors back on. That's kind of important. So, yeah, that little guy. Or as Tim Fine likes to call this, the pipe. It does look like a fucking pipe. Oh, ah. Krista said pain train. Oh, yeah. Oh, Resin said the pain train. Gotta feel right to start art. I'm right with you there, Resin. So, I recently started getting injections in my shoulders of cortisone. So what was going on is after all the images and shit were done, found out that the labrum, which is the coating on the inside, some of you guys may know this, but it's called the labrum, and it's a coating on the inside of the socket that your bones fit into on your shoulder. So mine's worn down to like nothing, and basically the connective tissues that are in your shoulders that keep your biceps attached to your shoulders and the muscles and everything, they're starting to detach. And I can only describe the sensation in my elbows and my shoulders as feeling like they were constantly trying to dislocate. Um, really fucking painful. I was getting maybe 2 to 4 hours of sleep a night. It was fucking miserable. And then meanwhile, trying to keep up on a full time job, cleaning swimming pools of all things, and I'm dragging a net through the water all day long and shit. So my doctors didn't want to do surgery. They wanted to try doing cortisone injections in my shoulders. And I got to tell you, after about 2 to 3 days after each injection, I could barely pull my arms up like this, without being in excruciating pain. Um, and my muscles would always constantly be twitching and shit. It made it really difficult to work. You like Krista, or yeah, not Krista. Jen could tell you, like, my arm would be here going like jumping around and shit while I was trying to paint, and that it's it it's a real drain on life, your quality of life. But I got those shoulder injections, and all of a sudden now I'm like, I can do this, and nothing hurts. The trick is that I have to remind myself that I am still injured and that this is just a band-aid, and I can't start going out like Superman and lifting shit like crazy and being all gnarly and strong like I always have been. I still have to take it easy, slow down, breathe, and do things slower. And I'm going back to work on September 1st. I also got an epidural injection in my in between my I think it was in between my C5 and C6 cervical. I don't really notice much difference with that one, except I have noticed that I'm not having headaches like every single fucking day. I have noticed that the cortisone's starting to wear off. It's been several months now. And right before I go back to work, I'm going to make sure I get both shoulders done again. So I'm feeling good and ready. I've started skateboarding around the neighborhood slowly, just chilling, you know, and you know, working my strength and my balance back up. Oh, Bean's out. Okay, I'm sorry, Bean. Have a good night's sleep, brother. Much love to you and your family, my friend. Yeah, I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Probably, I'll still be I'll be live streaming tomorrow as well. I plan on going all the way through Friday this week, so I'm trying to get as much done on this model as possible before I go visit my dad in Idaho later this month on the 20th. Or ideally, I'll have it finished, but I really just have to take my time with it and enjoy painting it. And my client's not in any huge hurry either, so that's a plus. Let me catch up with the chat here. And welcome in, everybody. Please don't forget to hit the like button. I really appreciate you guys spending your time with me and hanging out and watching me take part in this crazy hobby of ours. Yeah, must not forget that I'm still injured. Yeah. My doctors don't want me to get surgery yet, and I'm cool with that. Like, the less cutting into my body, the better. And I'm fortunate enough to have good health insurance and doctors that feel the same way. So, yeah. And I am on pain management. I get a monthly prescription of pain meds that are very helpful. It's Norco, basically, hydrocodone, acetamin, and that's super helpful. That, you know, that keeps me moving. And it doesn't fuck me up. I don't get all super tired or sleepy or anything on it. In fact, it has the adverse effect on me. I'm fucking wired on that shit. Well, damn, 3D got us all back. Oh man, that's really sweet, dude. Like, if, hey, you know, like, more than anything on my channel, if I inspire somebody to do something new or fun, you know, pick your old hobby back up again, then that's exactly why I'm here. Ultimately, you know, I just wanted to share any bit of knowledge that I had in the industry or the hobby itself, and learn from you guys too. You know, like, I'm not unteachable. I am no expert in any of this shit by any stretch. And I learn stuff from Gambit all the time. You know, Jerry, even Krista and Jen, and, you know, you guys all have something to show me. And I love that we can all share together on this channel and hang out. Pool is the worst for a pool is the worst for shoulders. Yeah, I don't swim in the pool. I clean them. And yeah, it's brutal. Oh, okay. Your dad had 3D printed joints. Yep. For me, it would be 3D printed labrum, like squishy, like lubricated joints or something. I don't know. C5, C6, C7. You just had 6 injections. Oh fuck, man. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear you're going through that. Resin, do you have me added on Instagram? And if not, please sauce me a subscription on Instagram. You know, sauce me a follow there. I'd like to chat with you. We'll talk some more in private about your injury and everything. Cat Williams, Tramadol, no, I can't do Tramadol or Percocet. That shit just fucks me up. Aren't 3D printed joints hard? Fucking Jerry sprinkling some comedy into the serious talk today. Okay, I gotta look at a color reference here. 3D printed joints. Yeah, but that shit's fire, Jerry. Oh my god, this is gonna be so stupid simple. Wow. Well, okay, I think I know what I want to do. Let me get back to the chat here with you guys. Be a lot of dry brushing right now, and I love dry brushing. It's so fun. Love me some dry brushing. So the pants are black. Back on topic here with our Punisher friend. The pants are black, and black is just black. It's boring. It just doesn't really allow for a lot of detail. So we want to start bringing those details out. And I want to do that by dry brushing, and that's going to pick up this really fine texture that we're seeing on the fabric of his pants. I think I'm going to do an even blacker black right here. I have this coal black that is like blackety black. I'm going to put that on the knee pads and then add a like a gloss varnish to it, so they're a little shinier than the rest of it. And then we're going to dry brush over everything to start bringing out some of this texture. And we've got to add I think I do want to do the belt buckles, or the strap buckles for the gun and everything. I want to do those in metallics, and I think I do want to do a little metallic here along the zipper. But we'll do all that. We're going to do the metallics. I'm almost thinking maybe I should do the metallics first. I'm on the fence about that. Son of a bitch. That's really strange. This is like a 400 grit sandpaper, and what I'm catching here is a very, very slight oddball layer shift on the pant leg. And typically when you have a layer shift, it goes all the way through the model, but the odd thing is it doesn't really continue over to the other side. It just kind of stops. But I want to try and clean that up as much as possible. Like I said, when you start putting paint down on something, it really starts making every little blemish and little thing wrong with it pop out. Good that I caught that. But I also don't want to take it down too far because we don't want to lose that texture. We don't want to lose that pattern. All right, that looks good there. Glad I caught that. Learning as we go is actually a thing. It's crazy, huh? All right, I need to get my magnifiers down real quick. Shouldn't have put my airbrush away. losing charge. All right, good on that for now. All right, yeah, I can work with that. So thanks again, everybody, for coming out. If you're new to the jumping in the channel here, I just appreciate it. If you could absolutely please hit the like button before you bounce out today. It really does help the channel grow. I don't know why, but YouTube's algorithm is like super aggressive to small channels like mine, Gambit Neos, you know, One Grumpy Vet Creations, all those guys out here. John made a good point, you know. Oh, big shout out to Brent over at Ground Affected. Brent, we absolutely love you and the impact you have on this community that we have. Your videos are amazing. You're a super funny guy, and we all love you, dude. I know you don't think you get shout outs from other channels and stuff, but nah, big shout out to Brent. You know, we're all here for each other. Got to help each other out, pump up each other's channels. But I think, yeah, I really think that YouTube kind of pushes everybody over to Brent's channel. So if Brent, if you don't mind sharing some of your subscribers and stuff like that, you know, I don't care if you mind anyways, dude. Still love you, and you'll deal with it. But yeah, smash the like button if you could. That, long story short, it really does help out. And, you know, eventually I'd like for this to be my full-time job. I know I'm nowhere near that right now, but, you know, someday. I keep putting away my airbrush, and I shouldn't be doing that. So how's everybody feeling today? Hopefully feeling good. Positive vibes. What's everybody having for dinner? What did you have for dinner already? I'm probably gonna be live streaming a little later than I normally do lately. So I kind of already told my wife, like, you might just want to pick something up on your way home. I had very little sleep last night. I don't know why, but I've been getting like anxiety for not any reason that I can pinpoint. So yeah, when I'm done, I'm gonna take a muscle relaxer probably and crash out early tonight because I'm exhausted. I think I might have gotten 4 hours of sleep last night. How's everything looking and sounding on the channel today? I think did my stream die? No? Everything's going okay. I apologize if I lose my train of thought sometimes, guys. I think most of you know I have pretty severe ADD. So I have a thought at first, and then all of a sudden my brain goes, look, a butterfly. And then if I'm not like uber hyper focused on something, I'll lose it sometimes. So I think what I want to do is go with this dark warm gray. So I'm going to bust out my wet palette here and set up some paint. Go to an overhead view so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. Better give this a mix. Oops. Gray paints can get, they can separate a lot. So it's always good to give it a quick mix before you start working with it. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, everybody. And so what I'm going to do, this is my wet palette, and I'm just going to get a good bead of paint down on here. And I want to add some dark gray to these pants, but just on the highlights. And I like to use these, this is just like a stupid cheap BS bullshit mall. It's bullshit mall makeup brush kit that I got on Amazon for like $8. And I'm just gonna get some paint on these bristles to about that degree. And then you'll see me here on my paper towel. I'm just gonna kind of wipe that off. You can use a towel if you want. I like to use my hand too to kind of like test it out and see how much paint I'm putting down. See, like that's too much, you know, so I'm gonna want to wipe some more of that off. And I use my Lazy Susan as like a texture palette. I personally, like, my rough ass hands are kind of like the best gauge. And I'm just gonna, like, we'll start with the gun. And I don't know how well this is gonna translate on camera, but we're just gonna start dry brushing these edges to start bringing up these highlights. Just real lightly. Oops. See a little spot. I like to use kind of like, it just becomes natural after a while, but it's kind of like a circular motion when you're dry brushing. Like that. And you can see it's starting to really pick up those edges there. This also helps bring up like any little nicks and scratches and stuff. Later I'll be coming back and doing some edge highlighting and stuff on the gun with like a metallic, like a dark metallic silver. And this is just a really dark gray, but against that black primer, it's gonna bring out all those little highlights in the wrinkles and stuff like that. You can see that starting to kind of pop out. And it's also going to help bring up the texture on the pants themselves. Even little bitty tiny textures like this texture on the gun holster, those will start to pop. Like the little cuts here. And I want to pull, basically I'm pulling light down from our light source, which is coming down over the model from the way Frank is standing. Oh wow, my chat was way back. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know why my chat wasn't refreshing. That's crazy. Dude, what the hell's wrong with my chat today? I didn't even see John was in the chat. John, I'm so sorry I missed your arrival, man. I show up late to the stream, but went back to the beginning. Thanks for all the kind words. You're very welcome, man. Ron wants to start the booty, Krista says. You really know how to make a new guy feel... Oh, John, you're amazing, man. You're always welcome here, dude. It's dog shit. I mean, I like to paint dolls. Oh, Jerry. Too funny. Yeah, I love John's channel. I like to paint dolls. It's great. Minus the machines back in. I'm so sorry to miss your arrival. For some reason, guys, my chat wasn't refreshing, and I was like stuck way up. I was like, God, everybody's being really quiet. Mateo asks if I fits the butt crack. What butt crack? You see any butt crack? I don't see any butt crack. I see a seam in the pants. I don't see any crack. Crack kills, man. Shukanipi muscle relaxer in a quart sounds great. Yeah, it kind of does. My wife would never let me have that though. Not if I'm taking muscle relaxers. I don't want to drink on that stuff. Jen always coming up with the saves. Cardboard saves paper towels. You know what else works, Jen? That I like Matt Morozic. Big shout out to Matt. Like he's always got like when he's dry brushing, he's got a towel on his leg, and he just hits his leg, you know, on the towel with the dry brush, and that works pretty killer. I might start doing that. I was like, hey, that's a good idea. And that's what I was talking about earlier about with John, you know, not being a teacher. You absolutely are a teacher, dude. Like I learned things just in the one, you know, the live stream yesterday, you know, watching you work with lychee or lychee, however the fuck you spell it. You know, like I've never used it, kind of scared of it. Probably never going to use it because I don't need to, but I learned. We're all teaching each other in some way, shape, or form. Is John still here? I like to paint dolls. We still with us? I'm so sorry I missed your guys' arrival today. Hopefully you're still sticking around. I was not trying to ignore anybody. My chat was just stuck far back and I didn't realize it. Mateo, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Stoked to have you here. So right now I'm just dry brushing some dark gray on top of black to start bringing out some of the highlights in the pants. And we're leaving the black still in the contours of the skin here. Might be able to see it better with this view. You can see how the musculature is starting to come out. I'm concentrating the dry brush on this area and kind of leaving this darker recess area. We're leaving that alone because I want that musculature coming through the pants to show. And you can see it more on this side where I haven't hit it. And so I want these highlights to pop out on the wrinkles, and to bring those out, I'm going to hit it with the makeup brush with some dark gray again and start lifting it out. And it's kind of magical. It'll just start slowly bringing up those textures and wrinkles in his outfit there. Very subtle. I mean, it's as subtle or as bold as you want it to be. If you want highlights to stand out a little more in some other areas, you can just slap that dry brush down a few more times on it. But now the pants aren't so black, and the details in the pants are starting to pop out. And you can see from this angle, hopefully, the light's probably washing a lot of it out because I'm working with black and gray. Excuse me. But all these details are starting to pop out here. Stream is laggy. Earlier today, Gambit was having some stream lag issues as well. I wonder if it's YouTube. I mean, I'm running like super high speed, screaming internet speeds at my place here. So I should not be having any lag issues. If something's lagging, it's probably fucking YouTube or something, or maybe something on your guys' end, I hope. It could be me, though. I don't know. I hope not. And I apologize for that, guys. Jen's got 2 YouTubes running and the other one's fine. Okay. I'm looking at YouTube on my end. My iPad is catching a little bit of lag from time to time, but the stream... The stream's looking pretty good, as far as I can tell. Yeah, on my end, everything looks pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. Either way, I'm sorry, guys. Doing my best over here. Oh, I appreciate you guys being here. That's for sure. Thanks for putting up with whatever's causing the shitty stream lag on your end or my end or whatever's going on. I apologize. I apologize for the gods fucking up or whatever's going on. I need some different music, I think. Let's see here. Oh, I like this song. It's a band I just recently found called Pine Grove. These guys are awesome. Aw. So Krista says, I think you missed my query. Is the texture paint a finer grit than what you used for the base? No. No, there's not really any difference in the paint. It's the application. So in this case, we're using a dry brush to do it. And what that does is, you're pulling it down on one end. You're only catching the top end of the texture that you're trying to reach. And so it starts to lift that highlight out. It's almost like using a dry brush or an airbrush to highlight texture. These really soft makeup brushes just pulled across the top there are going to catch just the edges. The bristles aren't going to get in between. So it's going to help lift up that surface. If that makes sense. Also, why wouldn't I stick around for the lag? We did it for Chad, and I'll do it for you. Oh, that's really sweet, Krista. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys. Yeah, I'm not always the best at describing how something works, but I hope that answers your question. Yeah, I mean, you can see this is kind of a flat surface right here, and these really soft bristles aren't gonna dig down into these textures. They're only gonna catch the tops of it. So by pulling down like this, I'm only catching the top end of the surface that those bristles are striking. So it's leaving paint on those surfaces, and the parts that the bristles aren't touching, it's not going to put paint in those surfaces. So you're going to pick up all those highlights. All these edges are going to stay, they're going to highlight, while these deep recesses are going to stay dark. Does that make sense? Of course it makes sense. You're not stupid. Yeah, you know exactly what I mean. Oh yeah, I am seeing that lag on my iPad. That's weird. That would be annoying. Is it still lagging for a lot of you guys out there? I could see where that would be annoying. I wouldn't like that. metallics. Oh, I need to stand up. All right, gotta move this guy over a little bit. Oh. Flag seems better. Okay. Yeah, just enough paint on the high spots. Yeah, perfect. Like if you want to see dry brushing like really well illustrated, you can go to like YouTube and look up dry brushing miniatures. Seeing a smaller object being brought out with dry brushing techniques, you can really see the stark contrast between the high and low parts. It's a really great way to bring out detail in a model. And you know, painting a lot of stuff with this painting, man, it's just all technique. Like there's just certain little tiny techniques that you'll find along the way that oh, that's really jumpy. There's little techniques that you'll find when you're learning that really help, like details just pop, and it's like fucking magic. I discovered dry brushing like years ago in my sculpture class, and yeah, probably like 35 years ago. My art professor taught me dry brushing. Tori Sepulveda, rest in peace. She was a great lady, and she taught me dry brushing. And I remember just being completely enamored and just blown away with like how much detail you could bring out in a model with it. And never thought about it for years because I kind of got out of the idea of being a sculptor. I can't sculpt. Or at least I don't have enough interest in it to get really good at it. I think you can get really good at anything you really get passionate about and really want to learn. But sculpting just wasn't something that I got into. I'm gonna have to give you guys a different camera angle here. Let's go back to gimbal 2, and I'm gonna zoom in and pan a little bit because I need to move my other camera around to be able to tilt down this way. There we go. No, the other way. Come on. There we go. Give it a little roll. Well, it's tough getting a camera adjusted when you're zoomed in, and okay, that's as far as it wants to tilt. Okay, good enough. I can work with that. but yeah, like getting into painting figures and stuff, you find where dry brush, like all of a sudden I'm finding like, oh, dry brushing would be really, that's what's going to work. That's what's going to make this pop. And you do it and then it works. You know, it's bitching. It's super fun to play with too. And it's kind of messy, you know, like it's always fun to get a little messy, get some paint on your hand, you know. Sometimes I'll come back upstairs and my wife's like, what the fuck were you doing? Like, painting. Hey, look who's here. What is up, my friend Kenny? I was just giving you big shout outs earlier, man. We are eagerly awaiting your studio return, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, the illustrious Kenny Conklin in the house from Hobby Link International. So I'll give Kenny a big warm welcome. Look, I'm stoked you stopped in, man. I'm working on this massive Punisher model commission right now and just having a blast with it. And I think I'm on track to get the lower body done today, so I'm pretty stoked on that. Just about to start popping down some metallics here on these buttons. Oh, cool, you guys can see that. Yeah, I'm stoked, super stoked you guys stopped by. How's the studio coming along, man? Did you get the air conditioning and all that all figured out? You haven't made a short recently. I've been kind of waiting, like, what's happening over there? Like, super excited for you guys to get back to making videos and churning out awesome content. Crazy to think we're only a couple of months away from the next Halloween build. Do you think you're going to be ready by the time it's time for the Halloween build? This brush is just not keeping its tip. I don't trust it. Here, I got another brush. I'm gonna have to recondition this other brush here. You are temporarily retired, good sir. Brush, that is. I'll put that right there. There we go. This one's got a good tip on it. $7,000 for the mini split. Oh man. The wife just said yes. Oh, that's a good wife. That's awesome. I just recently bought a fucking $4,500 bed for my wife and I was kind of surprised she was cool with it. It's like, let's just do it. Like, if you're gonna sleep better, let's do it. It's gonna be our first like really good bed. And holy shit, what a difference. Turn this down a little bit. I swear I need to get Alexa in here so I can just say, Alexa, volume down. I saw Matt Morozic today doing that with his, or yesterday on his live stream. Alexa, volume down. Like his volume would go down. Yeah, that's a nice copper. I really dig that. The heat pump for the mini split. Okay. That sucks, man. Well, hey, you know, at least you're getting it done, dude. That's awesome. See, did we lose John over at I Like to Paint Dolls? Is John still here? I hope John doesn't feel left out that I didn't acknowledge his presence till late. So sorry about that, guys. I got to be better about making sure to keep up with my chat and that it's refreshing properly. Maybe that's part of the lag you guys were catching or something. I don't know. Oh yeah, Kenny, check this out. I made some upgrades in my studio. You might dig. Watch this. Watch this. Hold on a second. So Kenny, check it out. I got this now, courtesy of One Grumpy Vet Creations, my friend who's also like the tech wizard guru who knows how to create amazing things that look like this. I don't know how to do this shit, and I think it's incredible. And then I've got this camera, which is like right in front of me here. I actually have it moved off to the side now so I can work on this close-up shit. And then we've got a secondary camera, which is the like direct overhead. And then I've got my phone camera, which right now is up there. But that's for when I need to like move around the studio. I can detach my phone really quick and put it on like my neck mount here, so you know you guys get the first person view. And then I've got like a person to person chat camera, which just comes out of my new laptop. And then I got a stream deck that I can, you know, I just push a button and everything's there, which is really fucking handy. Yeah, and I can zoom and pan these little it's the Insta360 Link camera. This guy. Yeah, these things are amazing. Jerry, One Grumpy Vet Creations, turned me on to these cameras. He sent one out to me, and I liked it so much. I was like, I'm gonna fucking buy another one of those. So yeah, some upgrades. It's kind of fun. Another reason I'm looking so forward to seeing what you do with your amazing space there. I'd kill to have an entire, like, if I could have this entire garage as my studio. Oh, the things I would do, the money I would spend. That's the way my wife looks at it. If you have the whole garage, you're going to just spend that much more money. Like, yep. Oh, hopefully done by the end of the month. Awesome. Oh, the stream. I can teach you some things about the Stream Deck. I'm also using streaming software, which I'm positive you're probably familiar with using some streaming software to run your stuff. Um, but Grumpy Vet Creations, Jerry over there, really helped me out a lot. I'm not volunteering his services or knowledge. I can't do that for him. That's up to Jerry to do. But I can show you as much as I know, and you can go from there. Or who knows? Maybe Jerry will jump in to help you out. Super kind of him to help me out with that for sure. Oh, and of course, Gambit Neo. I can't forget Gambit. He really helped me out a lot also with getting the Stream Deck and you know, the channel looking the way it's, you know, looking the way it's looking and operating the way it's operating now, which is awesome. You know, I'm so fortunate to have so many awesome people in this community in such a short period of time, and everybody's just been so gracious in helping me improve on things. You know, it's bitching. Yeah, you guys, if you don't recall, Kenny over at Hobby Link International, I pretty much give him a shout out every day, and I tell everybody, you know, hey, I'm really looking forward to, big shout out to Kenny Conklin over at Hobby Link International. Looking forward to his new studio setup. We're waiting for you. Blah blah blah. Well, this is Kenny, guys. Coming in from Hobby Link International. Oh, these little teeny tiny fucking teeth on these zippers. Oh, I'm so glad I put that copper on the bag. That just looks so much better now with a little metallic on there. What do you guys think? And I do my best from what I can do on my own channel, Kenny. But you know, I love you guys, man. I'm really looking forward to seeing you back up and running, and that's the least I could do to keep people interested and get them checking out your channel and stuff. I really love what you do, and look what I got here too. I'm waiting, you know, I'm waiting. That's for our friend. Well, I was not fortunate enough uh, to know Boyd Crompton here, but seems like he was an amazing guy. This is the token that Kenny sent out for me participating in last year's Halloween build, and I've got a really cool model I'm going to be doing this year for the Halloween build too. So it's um, a lot more interesting than the pumpkin that I did last year. So it's going to be fun. But I hope we do this again this year. I'm really excited. Love me some Halloween, and I wish I would have known Boyd, man. It would have been a pleasure knowing him. You will be doing those again this year. That's cool. Something different, or like the same token with just the date change or something? Okay. I need panel line wash. So I want to kind of oil up this bag a little bit. And I think I want to add maybe some more metallic here on the buckle, but very, very little. I'm going to use this dark aluminum metal color by Vallejo. Oh, thank you, Gambit. Oh, Mateo, you like that with the zipper? A couple of the buttons too. You know, got to mix it up a little bit. And then I'll be doing some metallic edge highlighting just on the gun. I want a little bit of metal to kind of glint off of that. So I'll be doing that and kind of oiling up the handle to make that pop a little more as well. Same token with the date changes. Very cool. He played the count every year. That's awesome. That's great. I really wish I would have gotten to meet him. Sounded like just such a cool dude. Like, those are the kind of people that make the world go round, you know? Never stop being a kid, having fun, keeping life interesting, you know? I just want to touch this little tiny edge right here with a little bit of metallic. And this just kind of helps break up some of the monotony of the black. Little teeny tiny touches. Ah, change the sheets on the bed. They had to go and make like a really complicated buckle on these little satchels. It's all right though. We'll make it happen. Yeah, I like that. That looks pretty sweet. Excuse me. Now I want to dirty that up really good. And for that, I'm going to use some liquid talent, aka a panel line wash. And putting the panel line wash on here is like kind of an instant way to like change the fabric tone of the bag, because I want the bag fabric on his little satchels here. I want this fabric to be, I want it to look and feel different, and that's what this panel line wash is going to do. It's one of my little secret, not so secret ways to differentiate like color fabrics. You know, like when you're dealing with black, slap some highlights down with gray, and then drop the panel liner on it over the whole thing, and it changes the look of the fabric entirely. You can even just use it in spots to make it look like there's oil or something on it. And this is just basically an enamel wash. Here we go. And as that dries, you can already tell it's going to have a different appearance than the rest of the pant, which I want to keep. I want to keep the pants kind of like non-glossy, like matte color. This will dry and fade out a little bit. It won't look so shiny when it's dry, but it'll definitely look different from the rest of it around. Nuln oil is really good for that effect as well. Hey, there's John. It is John, right? Oh, cleaning your airbrush out. Good times. Yeah, that's always fun. One of the many hazards of this amazing little hobby of ours. I think what I'm going to do is use some Nuln oil over here on this one. But first I want to do some highlights on the gun. Very gentle highlights. I'm just barely going to touch this edge highlighting with the gun here with this metallic. And that should provide a really nice little sheen on the gun parts to kind of tell the viewer that it's metal that we're looking at here. Switch over to a smaller. Oh, I'm glad you're still here, John. Oh no, you left painting it last night. That is the worst, dude. Definitely the worst. All right, I'm pretty stoked on how that gun's looking. Very convincing. That's just Vallejo's dark aluminum here that I'm using on the gun. It's a very good metal color to use on firearms, especially, I've found. I like it. It's what I like to use. A little bit of goop. A little cup of alcohol here. Yeah, John, you were cracking me up last night. saying you're stepping on my toes with your live stream and stuff. It's like, nah, dude, you stream whenever you want, man. I will never feel like you're stepping on my toes, dude. We've all got schedules. I know you were joking and everything, but yeah, like I have never felt like, oh, that jerk's live streaming at the same time I am. Shame on, I've never even thought of that. That was funny though. Yeah, Jerry. If you guys don't already know each other, I like to paint dolls. John, or sorry, not Jerry, Kenny, over at Hobby Link International. I'd love to introduce you guys. Kenny is with Hobby Link International. Absolutely fantastic channel, and I love what they do over there. Been following you guys for quite a while now. I don't know how many years it's been now. Practically since I got into the hobby, I think. You guys were some of the first people I subscribed to. Always made me feel really welcome, and you know, you guys were always really down to earth with everybody. I really appreciate that. So I'm just using some Nuln oil right now to kind of add a little bit of glossiness to like the plastic part on the holster here on his knee pads. Again, just breaking up textures and fabrics and materials so that not everything is the same tone and texture and feel. Some pieces will have slightly more gloss to it than others. I like the way that's feeling right now. And that glossiness will mellow down a bit once it gets completely dry. Krista Houghton says, okay, gang, I've got a jet. Ron, the bottom half of the Punishers. Oh, thank you, Krista. I appreciate you. Big love, girl. You have a good night out there and sleep well. Okay, back to some metallics again. So a little tip about these bottles from the Metal Color: when you close the cap on them, kind of cup your hand over it if you're anywhere near your model that you're working on, because these tend to splatter if you're not careful. I've fucked that up a couple of times. End up having to go over and redo a whole part. Oh, I'd love to do a buddy build, Kenny. Absolutely, dude. Sign me up any day, man. Say when and what, and let's do it, dude. So long as I don't have any commissions going at the time, anyways. It really sucks. I have to go back to work on September 1st. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really enjoying being able to paint full time if I want to. Don't get me wrong, I don't get paid to do this. I mean, I'm getting paid to do this model, but typically it's just for me, you know. I still got to get out and make a living, but disability is out as of August 25th, I believe, and then my doctor's going to sign me off to go back to work. And then I go back to work. But I ain't gonna lie, man, it has been really, really nice having the time off after working most of my entire life. Having some time off to take care of my health and get my bones moving again and my muscles back into shape, and having some time to heal has been a life-changing thing for me, to say the least. I definitely learned that, yeah, I absolutely would love to print and paint models for a living. Like, if I could just do this every day, I'd be happy for the rest of my life. You got anything you're working on right now, Kenny? Any models or anything, or just taking care of house shit? Oh, and John, I meant to ask you, what are you printing right now? I thought you already had a project going on, or are you just getting the next print going, ready to go for when you're done with this one? As soon as I finish the Punisher here, I go back to working on Elektra by Sanix. If you're not familiar with Sanix 3D, and no, I'm not sponsored by them, guys. I like their models and what they do. Check out SANIX 3D. They've got some banger models out. I'm not too into the Funko Pop stuff that they do, you know, but if that's something you're into, they have that there. But they have some amazing, like, Daredevil, and they did Daredevil, Elektra, and the Punisher, the John Bernthal version of the Punisher. So John says, if you want to watch your stream on Friday, remind me to address what you just said. As someone who turned 2 different hobbies into full-time jobs, I can speak from this with experience. Yeah, it's really just a matter of me getting more of myself out. I mean, there's more to it than that, obviously, but there's I know a lot of it has to do with me putting myself out there and advertising that I'm doing this better than I am now. But yeah, I'm definitely going to catch you on your live stream. What time on Friday do you plan on doing that by the way? Oh, the Wonder Woman. Okay. Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing the John Wick, man. That's a good one. Oh, still out in the pod. Okay. Kept shop 1-1 renovation going. Yeah, it seems like it sounds like a lot, man. I wish I could renovate my shop, but there's only so much the HOA will let you do, you know. It's like we own our condo, but they won't let us change structural things, you know. I could build more shelves and shit like that. Nothing major. Like I couldn't split my garage if I wanted to, stuff like that. I can't wait till we can sell this place and buy a larger home with a larger shop area. I've already made it very clear to my wife, like, even better yet, if I have a separated like shop from the house, you know, that's not the garage, you know, like you know, like a whole barn or something. I could use that. I could go for like a whole barn. Oh, yep. Shit, I think I'm actually going to get done with this bottom half of the body today. I'll be stoked on that. What do you guys think? Should I leave this buckle right here black? I'm kind of thinking like it looks kind of cool black. It's staggered away from, you know, the rest of the buckles. Or should I go silver like the other guys? What do you guys think? Should we go silver on this dude? No, go okay, Jen votes silver. Anycubic, you got 3 brand new Anycubic P1s. Motherfuck, dude. Seriously. Now, have you even tried them out yet? Like, tested them or anything? Now, is the P1? Here's a question for you, Kenny. Is the P1 um is that the same size in build volume that the Anycubic Photon Max is? The M7 Max? Is that the same? You out, John? Up, dinner's ready. Yep, time to bounce. I'll still be live streaming probably by the time you're done with dinner in case you want to bounce back on. Otherwise, it's you and wifey time. But yeah, big love out to you, John. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for stopping by. Love having you on the channel with us. And yeah, you guys have a great dinner. Oh, and what's for dinner? What's for dinner? Well, I always ask everybody what's for dinner. I need ideas. Yeah, what is for dinner, everyone? I don't know if I'm cooking tonight or not, but I need ideas in case I am. I was thinking tacos. I actually pulled some ground beef out already just in case I do feel like cooking. Probably not, though. And John's out. All right. Silver it is. Just as I'm hitting it with silver, Kenny's like, I like the black. Okay, let's do the silver and then see what we think about it. How about that? And then if we want to go back to black, we can Amy Winehouse that shit. Oh, they're still in the shipping boxes. Dude. I hope they're not past their warranties or anything like that. In case you open one up and it doesn't work right or something. And I don't know if you missed the question, Kenny. I was wondering what's the size comparison in build volume with those compared to like the M7 Max? Which, dude, if we lived closer, I absolutely would have bought your M7 Max. I was kind of bummed I missed out on that opportunity. I even joked with my wife. I was like, we gotta take a drive out to New York. Eggs, pancakes, and bacon. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I love breakfast for dinner. Maybe I'll just do that. I have some sausage and eggs, bacon. I could make some like breakfast burritos. Ooh, I could have chorizo too. All right, what do you guys think? I'm kind of liking the silver more. I think I'm digging the silver. Oh, thank God they're still in warranty. Yeah. Yeah, I'd be opening those up and testing them out for sure. Making sure everything works. Any Cubic's pretty badass though. I mean, you tell them, look, I haven't even opened these things yet or something. You used them, but this was broke. They'll just send you another one. They're pretty cool about that shit. So you still have your M5S and the M5 Pro. I don't know if the comments are lagging. I know I'm lagging for sure. Yeah, everything has been lagging today. I'll be sure tomorrow when I come down, before I come down to live stream tomorrow. I might even be back down here tonight. I'm not sure yet. But when I come down tomorrow, I'll be sure to reset my internet and everything. Mateo says he digs it. That's excellent. I think it's looking really good. Got his little gat back there looking pretty sick. highlights on the pant legs look cool. Again, with that panel line wash, just going over the straps to give them a different feel. Make sure it looks and feels like a different, or at least it looks like it would feel like a different material. That makes sense. I probably just missed the chat, Kenny. Sorry about that. So the P1S is like the M5S Pro. Oh, the P1 Max. Okay, I think it was the P1 Max that I was interested in. I like big printers. I want to be able to print those big, beautiful bases. I want to print those in one shot, you know? Even though it's super sketchy printing a big base in resin. I started using Gambit Neo. My friend Gambit Neo. Kenny, if you don't know who Gambit Neo is, you should check his channel out. He does some fucking great work. I think he might still be in the chat with us. If he didn't already go to bed, I can't recall. Anyways, Gambit's suggested to me that I should try out the ABS-like resin from Anycubic, which I hadn't tried yet. And wow, I've been getting really, really good successful. Almost every single print, totally successful on the first try. This entire massive Punisher I did pretty much didn't have a single misprint on it. I had one slight layer shift on one of his GATs, but nothing I can't fix. At first I was going to reprint it, and then I thought of a really cool way to fix it, so I'm going to keep it. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the P1 and the M5 MS Pro, M5S Pro. I'm not familiar with those ones at all. The only printers I've owned is uh, the M7 Pro, which I still have, and then the M7 Max. Those are the only two resin printers I've owned so far. All right. Let's see. One last little touch, and I think I'm ready to call the bottom half of his body done. And we need to just take a step back and have a good look at it and see if it needs anything. I already see one little spot it needs fixing on real quick. Try refreshing the video, Aaron. But yeah, guys, anybody watching now or later, please hit the like and subscribe button. I definitely appreciate it, and so does my algorithm. As I always say, YouTube's algorithm seems to be pretty aggressive towards a smaller channel, guys. I don't even have 1,000 subscribers yet, but I'm working on it. We're trying to get there. We're getting closer by the day. I have three small requirements left, and then I can start monetizing. So I'm excited about that. Not too bad for only doing this for a year. A little over a year now I've been live streaming and being really active with my channel. So here's our boots we got done. All blood splattered, classic Punisher with the boots. And here's our upper half, or lower upper half. Let's see if I can make this work here. Oh yeah, that's looking pretty good. Okay, so any ideas? What do you guys think? What does it need? What do we think this needs? What is it feeling like to you? I always love getting everybody's input. I may tell you to fuck off and that I don't like the idea, but I won't tell you to fuck off. Okay, Jerry says he's showing 9 likes. Yeah, I've really been enjoying that ABS like resin. I just buy the standard gray ABS. Oh, and I should say I did not have to change my print settings at all. Needs more cowbell, Jerry says. Okay. I'll see if I can't dig up like a little miniature cowbell or something. Like, I don't know what the scale would be of that. um, okay, that was the medium machines before the P1 series came out. Gotcha. Those are some of the okay, so those are some of the other printers I've seen out there. I'm still really happy with the base and how it turned out. I'm digging the little branch down here, little roots coming out, dead roots coming out of the crack in the ground. Got some little teeny bushes, little weeds scattered about, and got another root system sticking out back here. Really loving how the rebar came out on the concrete. And the bullet holes are fun. Oh, Jen, there's gonna be blood. There's gonna be a bit of blood on this model, and that's gonna start. I can't really start spraying the blood onto the upper portion of the body until I get the torso on. Because the torso, so I have two different faces, and one of the faces is going to have blood on it. And I think the other one's going to be blood free. And you can see this thing is fucking huge. Like, that's my hand on it. So I originally wanted to scale it up 1/4 scale. And when I got it up to 1/4 scale, took some measurements, I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go big. And I cranked it up. I just basically kind of maxed it out to a degree on my slicer. Thing's huge. But this face with the Band-Aid and everything, and he's got the Punisher ghost skull painted on his face. That one's definitely gonna have blood splattered like all across the chest and up his face and everything. The other head sculpt I made just leave plain. But yeah, this thing's huge. I think it's gonna be a really impressive piece when I'm done with it. Okay, we are moving on to the torso now. What time have I got? 4:30. $4.34, I think we got. Oh God, that's looking so good. If I do say so myself. So the order I'm doing this model in, next I'm going to knock out the torso, and then we're going to do the arms and the guns, and then do the portrait sculptures. So there's our torso, and you can see he's got the Punisher logos actually like in relief, and I think dry brushing and doing some wet brushing on that's going to look really cool and make it pop. Get a better camera angle here. There we go. Thank you guys, appreciate it. Yeah, Jan, I appreciate you. My unfettered mod. Yeah, for this model, I usually go through and prep everything at once before I start painting. But this model, I'm just prepping as I go. Or doing post-prep, I should say, you know, after it comes off the printer. So I haven't really touched any of this. Still considering getting one of those Hozo ultrasonic blades or whatever it is, the cutter. Just can't pull the trigger. Can't seem to want to pull the trigger on that yet. Kind of just like a good old-fashioned hobby knife. Oh, you have one, Jerry? The ultrasonic cutter? Okay, good to know, man. I may have to pull the trigger on it. Looks cool. I love gadgets, especially ones at work. I've seen a few people just basically raving about them. Yeah, okay. Good to know. I prefer to hear it from people I'm somewhat close to, though, so good to know, dude. One of the fun parts about this, I've never done magnets before, and I'm actually going to be using magnets on both heads so that they'll be interchangeable. And then there's also an extra hand that's got a different glove, a different gun on it. So I'll be putting magnets in that as well, so that the client can interchange stuff. Be kind of an more interactive model. Just fun. All right, you guys. I think I'm going to call it a stream for a bit here. Highly considering a two-part stream today. I'd like to come back down and start getting to work on... oh, I just realized... oh, it's an M18 red smoke canister. I never caught that. I just realized that there was writing on that. That's nuts. That'll be fun. But yeah, I want to... I think I'm going to come back down in a couple hours after I get my wife fed and all that. And get some work done on this torso. Glad I was able to get the bottom half of the print done today, though. Oh, Jerry says, I think the Hozo cuts better than the Sonic Saber as well. That's what I've been... yeah, that's what I've been hearing from a few people. All right. Kenny's out. Time for dinner. Yeah, I got to get up and figure out what the wife wants to do for dinner. Yeah, dude, always happy to have you, Kenny. Thanks for cruising by and hanging out today, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, I think I might come back down in a couple hours here and start doing some more work on the torso. I really like to get that going tonight. But we'll see how things are feeling after I get upstairs and get a belly full of food with the lady and everything. That all being said, thank you everyone for coming in and hanging out today. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button on your way out. It really does help the channel grow, and I appreciate it. Love you guys. Thanks everyone who came out and hung out today. Appreciate you. Big love out there to the family, all of you and yours. And yeah, can't wait to see you on the next one. Stay tuned. I may actually be back down here today, later tonight in a couple hours to start working on this torso. Really excited to get this model process sped up a little bit and getting that much closer to the portraits and stuff like that. It's going to be fun. But yeah, guys, thank you. I really appreciate it. Much love to you and yours, and thanks for hanging out with the 3D painter, and I will look forward to seeing you all soon, y'all. Go Toodles! Hopefully that worked. Did that work?